Hey, what is going on, Bulls and Bears? I hope everyone is doing well. We're back with another dose of economic reality, and we want to touch on a news item that's been out there on a lot of housing and real estate channels, and also somewhat in the mainstream news. The fact that foreclosures are up over 100% year over year. Now, on the surface, that sounds like a lot, and it sounds like that the housing market is turning and that this is a turning point and that home price declines are right around the corner. Not so fast. We're going to get into it here. But first, please make sure you hit that like button harder than Will Smith hit you know who. All right, let's get into it here. The foreclosures are up 176% from last year. Oops. 1 year ago? No, 1 year ago. Um, so is that a sign? Is that a warning sign that the housing market's about ready to turn? Not necessarily. Remember, the housing market had almost no foreclosures in 2021 and 2020 because of all the rescue programs and the prevention, the foreclosure, the freezes, the preventions, the assistance programs. Also, many banks were working with borrowers because of the health crisis. They were giving people special leniency and other forgiveness type of acts to prevent foreclosures. So, yes, almost a doubling, almost a tripling rather, in foreclosures on the surface seems like a lot, but when you're comparing it to almost none, it's not that much. And in fact, it's only 30 something thousand homes that are actively in foreclosure. But remember, many of these homes that enter foreclosure actually come out of foreclosure because the owner or the borrower, the better word to use is borrower, the borrower makes good on it or works out some sort of payment, repayment plan or agreement. But just an example here, during the month of February, lenders repossessed about 2,600 properties. So, in terms of the numbers of homes that are foreclosed versus the number of homes, it's very, very small total portion of homes getting foreclosed. The conclusion here is that no, this is not a turning point for the housing market. Prices will still be up at the end of this year unless we see some sort of black swan event, like something that no one sees coming. There would have to be a drastic change in the way money is loaned out and the way homes are being bought and sold. One drastic change that would have to be made would be to prevent institutions and corporations from coming in and buying so many homes. First quarter of this year, 2022, another record. We're going to get the exact numbers for you, but we saw another record in institutions buying homes. This could all be changed at the stroke of a pen. They could change the law and they could say no more corporations are allowed to come in and buy homes, no LLCs. And that way, the everyday person that just wants to buy a home to live in will have a fair chance of bidding on a home and actually getting their offer accepted. I was talking to a friend of mine who's actually a real estate agent here in San Diego, and he says it's heartbreaking. Many times he has to explain to his clients that are trying to buy a home. He mostly is a buyer's agent. He's not so much of a listing agent, but a buyer's agent. And he has to explain to his clients that are trying to buy the home to live in that a corporation came in and outbid them by $20,000 all cash, not having to go through any sort of appraisal, waiving all inspections, and it's impossible to compete with that as a just a regular home buyer who wants to buy the home to live in. And you can't blame the seller. The seller's just going to take, of course, the more money, but the sure thing. When there's no loan involved, when there's no mortgage, you're less likely to see that property fall out of the escrow process. And cash buyers are 100% in most cases going to be making the purchase without any surprises at the end. You're not going to see the seller, you're not going to see the buyer back out because they couldn't get financed or because the inspection didn't come in and there was a bunch of repairs that they're asking for. The seller doesn't have to worry about that with an all cash offer. So you can't blame the sellers here. Money talks, and they're going to sell the house to the biggest offer and the easiest transaction. All right, but this real estate agent does say that it's heartbreaking to have to explain that to his clients, and his clients ask, why is this fair? Why is this legal? Well, it's legal because the people in control here let it be legal. And the higher the home price, the more taxes are collected, and many people point to that as one of the reasons why there's nothing being done to rewrite the laws that are currently on the books. All right, so you have big, mega, in some cases, multinational corporations, institutions coming in, buying up thousands of homes in some cases. And in some of the lower priced areas of the country, they're buying big swaths of properties, including multifamily dwellings. They're turning around, raising their rents on the tenant, raising the rents on the tenants. It's happening in Ohio, and a lot of people are complaining. A lot of these tenants are complaining that the rent's going up, but nothing's being fixed. So essentially, they're buying these properties and becoming slumlords and not making the repairs that needed to be made, while at the same time raising the rents, all in the name of profits. Recent report: investor purchase are smashing records, a major pain for homebuyer occupants. Yes, people that want to buy their home to live in. Imagine that, buying a home to live in. People that want to buy a home to live in are competing with corporate money in some cases. In some cases, multi-billion-dollar hedge funds and investment houses. Here's another report here out of Arizona. Investors buying thousands of Phoenix area homes as rent prices spike. And according to Redfin, during the most recent quarter, more than 30% of homes in the Phoenix area were bought by investors. And now that bleeds through to the rental market. And one of the reasons why you're seeing rents rise so much is because these corporations are coming in and raising rents because they know more people are going to be forced to rent because they're buying all the homes. So it's kind of like a double whammy. They're pricing people out of buying a home while at the same time forcing them to rent, so then they know they can raise the rent. So you see what I'm saying? It's a tsunami. It's a snowball effect. So you have rising rents, rising home prices at the same time. And on top of that, all of the other factors, the supply chain crunch, the labor shortage, the rising fuel and energy cost, all adding to increased demand for homes and slower construction of homes. And on top of that, the increase in this in these weather disasters and the amount of homes being destroyed, it sets new records each year. So a lot of things need to change to bring home prices down, to bring rents down, and I just don't see it happening in 2022. Higher mortgage rates, it's going to price a lot of people out of being able to afford a home. But when you have investors with billions of dollars in liquidity buying homes with cash, high mortgage rates do not really change that game. So I wish I had better news for you, for those of you that are looking to buy a home. I guess the good news would be that you can relocate to a part of the country where homes are more affordable. If I was just moving to San Diego today, I wouldn't be able to move here. I would have to be looking over in middle America, Iowa, Oklahoma, Kentucky, Nebraska, some of these lower priced areas. So I thought about moving out here, but everywhere you go, it's something you have to worry about. Some of the lower price states that I just mentioned, you have to worry about tornadoes. And it's something wherever you go. In California, we have these wildfires each year. Who knows what the best situation is? It depends on your personal situation. But please let me know what you think down in the comments. Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think that this rise in foreclosures is indicating a turning point? Or do you agree with me? Do you think that the institutional money and all of the other inflationary factors is going to be too much to stop home prices from going up this year? Please let me know down in the comments. Love to read your comments. A lot of people down in the comments, you're a lot more experienced than me in the housing market. But I can tell you I'm in the financial industry and I can see what's happening on Main Street. I have friends that are in the real estate industry. And I myself have been in the lending financial industry for many years. So thanks for being here. And I really like you commenting on this channel. Thank you very much. Thank you everybody for your support. Oh, thank you to Lisa for the coffee and Greg for the tip, helping out the channel. Also, thank you to all of you that recently joined me at the members only channel. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Peace. Bye.